Student, this is Neha, your course teacher, and our course title is Principles of Agronomy, and course number is EAS 5111. Okay, so our today's lecture is again factor affecting crop growth, and in our previous lecture we had discussed that following uh, like precipitation, temperature, atmospheric humidity. So in this lecture we will discuss the solar radiation, wind velocity, atmospheric gases, which is also comes under the category of climatic factor. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so firstly, solar radiation, without which life will not exist. Okay, solar radiation is a very important for living organisms. Okay, so basically we can say that the solar radiation, often called the solar resources or just sunlight. Okay, and in general terms we can say that electromagnetic radiation emitted by the sun. Okay, so basically the solar radiation can be captured and turned into useful forms of energy such as heat and electricity using a variety of technologies. Okay, so from germination to harvest and even post harvest crops are affected by solar radiation. Okay, so in this section the question arises from germination. Okay, so this is the new word for all you students. So germination is what refer the process by which an organisms grow from a seeds or spores. We can say that the process is called germination. Okay, and the harvesting is what? Harvesting is cutting the crop after maturity. That is called the process of harvesting. Okay, and the what kind of post harvesting means after the harvesting, after the cutting of crop, we can use and we can practices measure, we can use as practices measures for different crops, like drying, then winnowing, then threshing. These are called the post harvest technologies or post harvest practices for that particular thing. Okay, then the biomass production by photosynthetic process required light. All physical process taking place in the soil, plant and environment are dependent on light. Okay, so there are some physical process which is occurs during the during the respirations through plants, during the stomata closing and closing. So these are the physiological process. So in this process the solar radiation or heat energy, we can say that heat energy is a very important factor for crop growth and development. That's why the solar radiation is a climatic factor for our crop growth and what? Development. Okay, so solar radiation controls distribution of temperature and thereby distribution of crops in a region. Okay, so there are a different distribution or there are a different segment, and every and each segment the temperatures are different because solar radiation emitted or solar energy is a absorption capacity is different for that different location, we could say that. Okay, so visible radiation is a very important in photosynthetic mechanism of plants. So photosynthetically active radiation, which is PAR. Okay, so what is the full form of PAR? Photosynthetic active radiation, that is 0.4 to, that range will be 0.4 to 0.7 micron. Okay, is essential for production of carbohydrates and ultimately biomass. So visible reaction is a very important and photosynthetic mechanism of plant photosynthetically active radiation. Okay, so this range is a very important, so please highlight that particular line. Okay, and the next is 0.4, the range between 0.4 to 0.5 micron, which has blue or violet color. Okay, and that is called the active radiation, we could say. Okay, and the second is 0.5, the range between 0.5 to 0.6 micron, and the range have the color is orange and red, that is also the active radiation form. And the range between 0.5 to 0.6, which has green and yellow color, which is low active form for solar radiation. Okay, so this is very important, so you need to remember this. And next is the photoperiodism is a response of plant to day length. Okay, so the question arises from this section, which is photoperiodism. Okay, so photoperiodism, you must be thinking that what kind of photoperiodism, what is photoperiodism? So okay, so this is, there is no stress for that. I'll tell you what is photoperiodism. So photoperiodism is a physiological process reaction for organisms to the length of night or day or dark period. Okay, so it can be defined that the development responses of plant to the relative length of light and dark period. This is called the photoperiodism. Okay, so basically the plants have different atmosphere, the plants has different photoperiodism activity, like short day plant, day neutral plant, long day plant. That required, short day plant means what, they require the less solar radiation or less heat transfer or less heat energy they are requiring for that. Okay, so for that particular thing, their process, we can give their names for that, short day period, short day plant. So what is short day plant? Day length is less than 12 hour. Okay, which is in this section included rice, sunflower and cotton. They are short day plant. After that, long day plant means day length is more than 12 hour. And this section, the barley, oat, carrot and cabbage are there for that particular thing, which is long day plant. They are comes under the category of long day plant. Okay, so remember that thing. And the third thing is day neutral plant. That means there is no or less influence on day length. Okay, मतलब ना उनको ज़्यादा सन एनर्जी उनको चाहिए, सोलर रेडिएशन चाहिए, नहीं उनको डार्क फेजेस चाहिए. Okay, so that could be a day neutral plant. And this section, the tomato and maize are there. Okay, then phototropism, so responses of plant to length directions, which is sunflowers, and the photosensitive. Okay, so seasons bound varieties depend on quality to light received. Okay, so photosensitivity means what? The season, we can say that the seasons bound variety depends on quality of light received. Okay, so it totally depend on the season, we could say that. Okay, then the next is wind velocity. Okay, the question arises from wind velocity. We can say that the speed of wind in per hour and per unit, some unit are there, that is called the wind velocity. Okay, so let us see what is that. So the basic function of wind is to carry moisture, precipitation and heat. The moving wind. What is wind? So we can say that the horizontal movement of the air, we can say that wind. That particular definition, for exact standard definition, we can say that the horizontal movement of the air, which is called the wind. And wind velocity, the speed of the air moving on or flowing on per unit hour या per unit में जो भी उनके जो speeds होते हैं, that is called the wind velocity. Okay, so I hope you all got the sense. Okay, so the next is the moving wind not only supplies moisture and heat, also supplies fresh carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Okay, so what is photosynthesis? So this is the physiological process which occurs on the plants for their food production. Okay, and at the presence of what? Carbon dioxide and water molecules. They form their food. That process is called photosynthesis. Okay. So wind movement for 4 to 6 kilometer per hour is suitable for more crops. Okay, so that range is a standard range, or we can say that standard wind velocity for every crop, which is 4 to 6 kilometer per hour. Wind velocity is essential or as well as suitable for every crops. Okay, next is, when wind speed is enormous, then there is a mechanical damage of the crop, that is, it moves leaves and twigs and damages crop like banana, sugarcane. Okay, so they are the particular wind speed which is blowing on per unit hour, that is called the wind velocity. Okay, the next is, wind dispersal of pollen and seeds is natural and necessary for certain crop. Okay, so wind dispersal matlab spreading of seeds and spores or pollens which is present on flowers. Okay, that is called the pollen or spores, or male or female plant, that indicates male and female part for that reproduction process, for their growing process, for their multiplication process. Okay, so causes soil erosion, helps in cleaning produce to farmers and increasing evaporation. So I'll told you that what is evaporation. Again, I'll tell you that, the water loss from the soil, it is called the evaporation. ओके, सो इवापोरेटेड जो भी वाटर मॉइस्चर जो होती है वो जब इवापोरेट होते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड फ्रॉम द सॉइल, दैट इज कॉल्ड द evaporation. Then spread of pests and diseases. Okay, and the sixth factor is atmospheric gases on plant growth. So CO2 is, there are different gases and they are essential for our crop growth, we can say that. Why? There are different physiological process in the requirement of a particular composition of air that is essential for that particular process, which is respiration, photosynthesis, stomata closing and entering. Okay, so there are different cycles are proceed for that particular gases composition. That's why they are very essential for our crop growth and development. Okay, so CO2, which is constituent in about in our atmosphere, which is 0.03%, and the next is oxygen 20.95%, we can say that 21%, and nitrogen, which has 78.09%, and argon, which is very minimum percentage in our present in our atmosphere, which is 0.93%, and other gases are there, they have 0.02%. Okay, so CO2 is important for photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide taken by the plants by diffusion process from leaves through stomata. Okay, so there are process. CO2 is a very important for the process of photosynthesis, which is happens through the plant for their food production. Okay, so this process is called photosynthesis, as well as carbon dioxide taken by the plants by diffusion process from leaf through stomata. Diffusion process from the carbon dioxide, the stomata are closing and enclosing process are there, and that particular process, the respiration occurs in plant. Okay, which is very essential for growth and development of our crop as well as plant. Okay, then CO2 is returned to atmosphere during decomposition of organic materials, all farm wastage, and by respirations. Okay, so what is respiration? Due to the presence of oxygen and carbon dioxide, the plant are respired that thing. Okay, वो भी एक श्वसन की प्रक्रिया उनके में भी होती है, रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम होता है जिसकी वजह से स्टोमेटा जो होता है, स्टोमेटा प्लांट में एक फिजियोलॉजिकल हम कह सकते हैं कि स्ट्रक्चर है जो एनक्लोज होता है एंड डिस्क्लोज होता है, खुलता है, बंद होता है, और जिसके ज़रिए जो है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड वो ग्रहण करते हैं, एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, और ऑक्सीजन जो है वो हमें देते हैं, प्रोवाइड करते हैं एटमॉस्फेयर में. सो ऑक्सीजन इज वेरी एसेंशियल फॉर ह्यूमंस एंड अनदर एनिमल्स, एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज एसेंशियल फॉर प्लांट्स for their food production as well as respiration process. Okay, so CO2 is returned to atmosphere during decomposition of organic materials, all from wastage and by respirations. Okay, so there are a reaction between organic matter, like reaction between organisms and atmospheric gases. Okay, for that decomposition process. Okay, so this is very essential for decomposition process also. Then oxygen is important for respiration of both plants and animals, while it is released by plants during photosynthesis. So oxygen is released by photosynthesis process, and carbon dioxide is taken by the plants for their food production at the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll, and water. Okay, so these three elements are very important for photosynthesis process, which is carbon dioxide, water molecules, and the chlorophyll, which is present in leaves color, and the solar radiation. Okay, for their food production they are very basic elements, or they are very basic needs for plant growth and development. The next is nitrogen. So nitrogen is one of the important major plant nutrient. Atmospheric nitrogen is fixed in the soil by lightning rainfall, and nitrogen fixing microbes in pulse crops and available to plants. Okay, so nitrogen is also important for our plant growth as a nutrient, because we provide urea and some different kinds of fertilizer for providing nitrogen. Okay, so atmospheric nitrogen as well as atmospheric nitrogen is a very important for their growth, for growth and development, क्योंकि उनको क्या होता है, नाइट्रोजन के थ्रू उन्हें क्या मिलता है, न्यूट्रिएंट प्रोवाइड होता है. ठीक है, सो सर्टेन गैसेस लाइक sulfur dioxide, which is SO2, carbon monoxide, which is CO, methane, which is CH4, and hydroxyl fluoroxide, which is HF, released to atmosphere are toxic for animals. So these are the toxic gases composition which is present in our atmosphere, and this is harmful for our crop and animals as well as human beings. Okay, so these are the factor affecting for crop growth and development, which is precipitation, temperature, solar radiation, wind velocity, and atmospheric gases on plant growth. They are comes under the category of climatic factor. Okay, so this is very important chapter in for our exam point of view. Every time the question has been asked from this topic, so you need to remember this and you need to understand first, okay, what is the terminology which is using that particular chapter, which is very important. So you could understand that, another you can further understand that particular thing which is in our syllabus. ओके, सो आज के लिए बस इतना ही. टुडे इज़ इनफ एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच. टेक केयर. थैंक यू.